Right, so this is same time exit entry. I exit my house and a car passes in front of me. Now let's talk about government gang stalking. Government gang stalking, all I'm doing is putting some letters in my mailbox that I would like to have mailed today. Now you'll see that my street is empty, but what happened was on this empty street, and it's usually empty, when I came out of my house, because there's total surveillance, a car passes in front of me. All right, let's talk about what government gang stalking is all about. All right, it was started by Bush Cheney after 9/11. Now, what they said was, we've been hurt. America has been hurt. People have been killed. And so we have the right to hurt other people. Now, did they say we are going to bring the gangs, the people who caused 9/11 to justice? No, they didn't say that. They caused a war. And when they caused the Iraq War, innocent people were hurt. Tens of thousands of innocent people were hurt. But when you're a narcissist, you don't care if innocent people are hurt. You just want revenge. And that's what the Iraq War was all about. That's what Bush Cheney was all about. So get that in your head. They're not about justice. They're not about people committed a crime, 9/11, and we have to bring them about to justice. But it's about, we have been hurt, and we are going to hurt, and we're not going to talk about individuals, the people who committed 9/11. We're going to just lash out. And then they started Operation Tips, and Congress said, you can't do that. We have something called the Bill of Rights. You can't have an American Stasi in America. And so they underground started government gang stalking. Now, what is government gang stalking? Government gang stalking is what a narcissist does. A narcissist doesn't say, there are people, criminals in the United States who want to hurt us, so let's find them and let's bring them to justice. That would have to do with the rule of law. That would have to do with the Constitution. That would be something that our forefathers would do. But Bush Cheney were narcissists. They're not people like our forefathers. They're not about the rule of law. So what they did was they started this program, government gang stalking. They changed the guidelines of the FBI to do it, and innocent people started being hurt. Firemen and police would have personal vendettas, and they would get people targeted, such as myself, who's been a government gang stalking target for 19 years. So what's the difference between the rule of law, a nation that has the rule of law, and a nation that just exhibits hate, uses its power in a hateful way, disregards the Bill of Rights, disregards the Constitution, will target a person, myself, for years, has an American Stasi, police, firemen, ambulance drivers, security guards, citizen corps, and it uses this group to mob, to harass. You can hear noise as I'm doing this because they get your neighbors to gang stalk. So there's no way to end this program. There's no way to automatically say, you have to stop gang stalking Vina Calcano. She did nothing wrong. We have an unconstitutional program, and she had a fireman neighbor in 2006 who didn't like her, wanted her out of the neighborhood, and got her targeted. You can't stop this. You can't stop the hate that you've started in my neighborhood. You think all of a sudden now you can switch this off, even if they wanted to. But we see with Trump and with Kash Patel, they don't want to stop this. You see that they have said to police, we've got your backs. There again, are they looking at police as individuals? Are they saying there's some good police and there's some bad police, and we want good police, but we don't want bad police, and we will make sure that any police who is violating the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, that person is no longer a police? No, they're not saying that. Kash Patel, when he looked at the police and said, I've got your backs, he was the narcissist who said, it's in the interest of this government to get this America First agenda across, to not identify government gang stalking, to not expose it, to not stop it. So here we have narcissism. We have what's in their interest, not what our forefathers talked about, equal protection of the laws, that everybody is equally. You can hear what gang stalkers do, so hear what they do? All right, this is what they do. Every day, 365 days a year, for 19 years. And who set this in motion? Dick Cheney, Bush, the Bush administration, Michael Mukasey, the Attorney General who changed the guidelines of the FBI. So I just want you to understand what government gang stalking is about. I come out of my house for 19 years and a mobber passes in front of me. Why? Because there's total surveillance. Because I'm surveilled even inside my house. And this program will not stop until we have Americans who say, we are about the rule of law. We are about equal protection of the law. We have a Bill of Rights, and you have a right for this not to happen, for mobbing not to happen, for unremitting harassment not to happen, not to have an American Stasi in America. Now, Kash Patel isn't standing up and saying that because he's not concerned about individuals. So he judges police as a class. All police, I've got your back. He's got America as a class. America first is the important thing. The Bill of Rights, the right of an individual not to be harassed, not to be mobbed, not to have their life ruined, that doesn't exist. Because Trump, Kash Patel aren't looking at people as individuals. Bush, Cheney, they're not looking at people as individuals. Because narcissists don't look at people as individuals. They have, probably as children, they were hurt, and they just have this self-interest at all costs. So I just came out to put a letter, 2 letters in my mailbox, and I'm mobbed. And this has gone on for every day for 19 years. They even get your neighbors to gang stalk. How long are we going to put up with this? Until we get somebody in the White House, because that's where the power is, who says, America, we've been doing this since Bush Cheney, and we're not going to do it anymore. We're going to be a different country. We're going to bring back the Bill of Rights, because I'm not a narcissist, and I'm not going to have narcissistic programs where I treat people as classes. Police, I've got your back. Individuals, you must be sacrificed, because the important thing is the America First agenda. I supported the America First agenda. I voted for Trump twice. I didn't vote for this. I was told that if I supported Kash Patel, if I put Trump in power, that weaponization would end. And Trump said, weaponization is ended. No, President Trump, your weaponization was ended. But that's what a narcissist says. My weaponization is ended, so it's over. Does the White House, does our political leaders, does Kash Patel know that government gang stalking is going on? Yes, he does. Is he stopping it? You just saw.